Dear students, last time I explained you the causes of the first war of independence, and today I will explain you the consequences of the first war of independence. So I will give you the summary and you can read the points from your book. It is given in page 18, 19 and 20. So the consequences: end of the East India Company by the Government of India Act of 1858. So you can read the end of the company's rule. 4 points are given: how they transfer the power to govern India from the East India Company to the British Crown, and also the company's board of control and court of district were abolished. Any point you can write from there, and two other points are also is there, you can read. And about Queen Victoria's proclamation, the British Crown assumed the direct responsibility of the government of India by the Queen Victoria's proclamation of 1858. So Queen Victoria's proclamation promised that government of India would follow the policy of non-intervention in social and religious matters of Indians, treat all subjects, Indians and Europeans, as equal, like grant a general pardon to all those who had taken part in the war, except those who were found guilty of murder of British subjects, do its best to advance the industries in India and promote works of public utility in India so as to ensure the materials as well as the moral progress of the people. Then other points also given. You have to read the points according to the syllabus. Recognition of Indian Army to prevent the reoccurrence of another uprising. End of the era of territorial expansion and economic exploitation. Abolition of Peshwaship. End of the Mughal dynasty. So all these points you can read, and according to the syllabus you have to remember only the point and one sentence. Like racial antagonism, also one sentence, and foreign policy, then increased racial bitterness, religious changes, then what are the changes in the army. So the changes in the army also 4 points you have to read. Then economic exploitation, how they were economically exploited, and rise of nationalism, widening the gulf between the Hindus and Muslims. So that points you have to read. So these are the consequences. To know properly, you can read the book, and if any doubt, you can clarify your doubts whenever you will come to school. Then drawbacks of the first war of independence. Also drawbacks we will read, whether it is in the syllabus or not, but we have to read. Lack of planning, organization and centralized leadership. Lack of common goal except the anti-foreign sentiments. Superior resources of the British in terms of man, money and materials. The British had telegraphic and postal system and other means of communication under their control. Lack of nationwide dimension. Some of the rulers of Indian states remained loyal to the British and helped them in suppressing the movement. Some section of the Indian society, like the big merchants, the moneylenders, some jamindars and sections of educated Indians did not support the movement. The beginning of the uprising before the fixed date, that is May 31st, 1857, disorganized the whole movement. So these are the drawbacks of the first war of independence. Consequences also you can read. That is, consequences means impact of the uprising. That you have to know. After reading this lesson, we can do the question answer part. Questions also it is given in your page 22. You can see, then after that I will give you answers. Now we will do the question answer part. It is in page 22. Open page 22. Short question answers. Question number 1. What was the nature of the revolt against the British before the First War of Independence? The revolt against the British before the First War of Independence did not pose a serious challenge as the rebellions were local, scattered and isolated. It did not offer a serious resistance to the British rule in India. Then you see question number 2. Why was the War of 1857 hailed as the first war of independence? Number A. It was the first mass uprising. All the sections of the Indian society participated against the British. Number B. Paved the way for the rise of national movement. Then question number 3. Mention 2 political causes of the first war of independence. Answer. A. British policies of expansion. Then B. Doctrine of lapse. Again the explanation of A. British policy of expansion. The British policy of territorial expansion and gradual annexation of the native Indian states was the major grievances of the Indian rulers. Then number B. Doctrine of lapse. Lord Dalhousie annexed many Indian states to the company by using doctrine of lapse. Then question number 4. Name 2 ways in which the British expanded their territorial power in India. Answer. By outright wars, by using the system of subsidiary alliance. Then question number 5. What was the subsidiary alliance? Name 2 Indian states brought under the British control using the subsidiary alliance. Answer. Some Indian states were brought under the British control without annexing them. Under this system, the Indian rulers who agreed to subsidiary alliance accept British as supreme power, surrendered their foreign relations, maintain British troops at their own cost, accept British resident at their headquarters. Then name 2 Indian states brought under the British control using subsidiary alliance. You can write the names of Hyderabad and Mysore. Then question number 6. Explain the term doctrine of lapse. Name the 2 states annexed by the British using doctrine of lapse. Answer. Doctrine of lapse was the policy of annexation introduced by Lord Dalhousie. The adopted son of the ruler was not allowed to occupy the throne after the death of his father. The state was annexed to the British Empire. The 2 states were Jhansi and Satara. Okay, you read this much. Then next time I will give you the rest of the questions. Okay, thank you.